Hey guys, it's Ban Bunny with BanBunny.com, and I'm here tonight with Superstack, all the way from Canada, correct?
Yeah.
All right, well, if you guys can introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band.
I'm the singer. My name is Scott Donnelly. I play guitar and sing.
I'm the bass player, and I sing as well.
Okay, well, can you guys, first of all, tell me how you got your name, Superstack?
We're from Canada.
Okay.
And the town that we're from, it's a big mining community, and they have this giant smokestack that they built in the 60s, and they called it the Superstack. And, we play big stack amplifiers,
Right.
and we thought, no one took this name, let's go for it.
That's cool, that's cool.
Yeah.
How would you guys describe your type of music, your genre?
It's like rock and roll soul laced with groove.
Rock and roll soul laced with groove.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And what are some of your influences? Like, what do you guys listen to, or where do you draw your inspiration?
Well, bands like Humble Pie, Small
Yeah.
Faces, Little Feet, everything.
Southern
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
The Allman Brothers band.
The Allman Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys could have like your ultimate, jam or session with, anybody you wanted to, living or dead, who would you guys want to jam with?
That'd probably be the Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys get started?
Just nothing else better to do but play rock and roll.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we grew up listening to records, and it was easy. We just went there, and that's what we wanted to do. So we just kept doing it and kept going at it, and we started touring and playing and making a record, and this is what we do. So
how long have you guys been doing it now?
this band's been together for almost 4 years.
Wow.
Greg and I have played in other bands for quite a few years.
Okay.
We had a different band before this. But our new drummer that we have, he's been with us for 4 years. And so Superstack's a 4-year-old band. So.
Okay. And have you guys had a really good show or a favorite gig or something wild that happened?
Every gig.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What happens? Well, tell me about that.
Well, we just love to play
Yeah.
so much it's getting to play for anybody.
Yeah.
If there could be, 1,000 people in the room, there could be 15 people in the room. It doesn't matter to us. We just like to play. So.
No, do you have like a favorite city or a favorite venue that you just get? Some bands tell me they get a really good vibe in certain cities or certain audiences.
Chicago was great.
Yeah, I hear that a lot about Chicago. That's interesting.
New York was a fine place to play.
Yeah.
Canadian venues.
Yeah.
Canmore was excellent. You get to meet a lot of nice people, and
Well, now,
travel around doing what we like to do.
Now, how do Canadian venues? Do you see any major difference between the Canadian venues and the ones here in the States, or?
They're kind of similar. The crowds act a bit different.
Okay, well, tell me about how do they act different?
In Canada, it's a healthy music scene. A lot of great musicians.
Okay.
But it's sort of the audiences are sort of hit and miss.
Oh,
because
I see.
it's such a big country.
Sure.
And the hockey's really popular in Canada.
Yeah, just a little bit, huh?
Yeah, so if we were dressed in hockey suits and banging pucks around while we were singing, it'd be really awesome. But I find that a lot of the American public is really cool because they seem to be passionate about what they like, and
They're attentive.
they listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think rock and roll is really kind of Americans take that as their roots, kind of take pride in that being a lot of their deep in their roots.
I agree.
The
I agree.
independence. So,
Yeah.
so what brought you to Atlantis conference?
We had a friend that we made on the internet that found us on our MySpace page, which
Really?
is superstackmusic.com or myspace.com/superstackmusic.
Okay.
And she heard of us, and she was involved with the free website, the Paul Rogers fan site and the Bad Company fan site.
Okay.
And she asked us to send her a CD. We sent her down one. She loved it, and so she kind of said, "Hey, there's this music conference happening here. Check this out. You can play here. Check this out." So we were coming down to the States for our tour anyhow, and once we lined it all up, we applied. We got in. They loved what we were doing. And so here we are.
That's awesome.
Hi, Lucy.
Hey, Lucy. Yeah. So, what has been your experience so far? Have you really enjoyed it? Have you met some good people? I've heard some bands say that they've had some really good networking opportunities with industry people. Or
oh yeah, it's absolutely that,
Yeah.
that's what these things are great for, because you can learn about things that you don't know about in the industry, and there's all sorts of new things always coming up. And it's great because we're sort of computer literate ourselves. We can plug our guitars into our amps.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
But you come here and you find out all sorts of things. And just the other night we went out with some of the local guys, actually in the Charlie Wooten project.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they took us out to one of the old blues clubs, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening in the Atlanta scene.
you don't find that kind of thing in Canada.
Really?
You find good music venues with good original artists, but to find a really rootsy blues club that's like the real deal, like a cantina with some guy banging on an acoustic and everyone's joining in. Like we were there the other night at the North Side, I think it's
North
called.
Side.
Something like that. And it was great. The whole bar was involved. Everybody's like banging on tables and playing washboards and playing the spoons.
Do you think that that's a function of being in the South? Because, there's a lot of blues, rock in the South? Or
Well, the only place in Canada that I can think of that's similar to that is the East Coast.
Okay.
Because the East Coast is very musical, and there's
Yeah.
lots of that going on there. So there's a similarity between the two places.
Okay.
And it fits in well for us because that's what our roots is. We love that kind of thing. We sitting on the porch or sitting in the basement or whatever, playing acoustics and getting everybody involved is totally what we're about. And
yeah, and it makes it a lot more fun too.
Yeah. So.
Well, what would you guys have been doing this for a while? What would you tell some of those younger artists that are just starting out? What advice would you give them?
Stick to your guns.
Yeah.
If you love something, don't worry about what other people are doing. Just what you do it.
Okay.
And just listen with your ears and just listen and learn.
I think that's really important that you said listen with your ears. I think they hear things and I think they see things and are often seduced by what they're promised.
Exactly.
And that makes it hard for them to stick to their guns.
In music, there's a lot of smoke and mirror action going on.
Sure.
And once you get past all of that, learning your chops, learning your scales, learning all that, and learning what you love, it also pays to have good influences. So if you know what you like to hear, you're going to reproduce it somehow.
Okay.
So learn to listen to what you love and stick to your guns and just do it and just don't be afraid. Like fear's a big thing, so don't be afraid.
That's cool. That's good, solid advice, because I have a lot of my audience are up and coming bands in Atlanta, and they're always looking for some kind of guidance or what have you. So, all right. Well, so are you guys looking forward to anybody today or this weekend to see?
Oh, there's a lot of great bands on the bill. We're doing Center Stage tonight at 9:30. And I mentioned the Charlie Wooten project. We're really excited to see those guys because they gave us a sneak peek of what they're up to, and we loved it. So we're excited to see those guys. I just saw the Chris McCarty band.
Were they good?
They were awesome.
Yeah. I've been down here doing interviews. I'm trying to get up there, and there's so many people to see. I was out at some shows last night, but that's good. That's good to have too many bands and not enough. So
yeah.
All right. Well, cool. I really appreciate you guys taking this time with me. I want to get you out on time and make sure you can see everybody. So. If you want to throw out your website address again for bands to keep up, fans to keep up with y'all.
Okay, well, our website address is www.superstackmusic.com.
Okay.
And if you hit that, it'll take you to our MySpace page. Basically, that's our webpage. Or myspace.com/superstackmusic.
Okay.
So, and that's where you can pick up our CD or just drop a message, take a listen to what we're doing, and just see where we're playing. Check it out.
Well, I'll be listening to your guys' CD when I go home that you gave me, so that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, so this was Band Bunny with BandBunny.com, and I was here with Superstack, so you guys make sure you check out their website.